Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday live stream. We are fast approaching Christmas. It's a week away tomorrow, and this year I really wanted to focus on making some things that I wanted to put in my own house and not just gifts. So yesterday we made ourselves a little centerpiece for the table, which I'm really excited about. And this year, as many of you know, we got a puppy, and my puppy needs a Christmas stocking. So I have been mulling over a design for the little puppy's Christmas stocking, and I wanted to make a stocking that was pet friendly in so far as, I mean, it's like obviously the pet's stocking, but that was maybe good for cats and dogs. So I'm taking some inspiration from my Fair Isle style paw print pattern, and I did a little sketching. I've played with some yarns, I've played with some hooks, just so you can sort of see what I'm thinking. This is my sketch. Hopefully you can see this here. And I'll just put it in the frame. I want to thank Lynette before I go any further and forget. She gave us a super chat before we got going. She wanted to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and say she's happy to be here, and we're happy to have her. Thank you, Lynette. And welcome everyone for joining us. Thank you, thank you. It's trying to fit in as many little live streams as we can this week, and we figured we would do this pet stocking. We're going to take our time with it. I'm going to basically design it as we go, and if you're interested in picking up a pattern for it, I will probably have that near the end of the week, so no rush on that. So if you want to just sort of hang out and work on stuff, work on your list of things that you need to get done, or build this along with me, you're more than welcome. I'm going to take you along for the ride. This is the design. So here we go. I'm figuring on a pretty traditional looking stocking. I love it when the toe and the heel section are different colors. It kind of gives it that old-fashioned sock look, and I love that. So I'm gonna do the toe and the heel different colors. I might dip into my novelty yarn stash. That's a kind of a fun time of year to pull that stuff out when you don't know what to do with it most of the time, just to give it sort of an interesting little edging around the top. But most importantly, I want to give it a pocket, and I'm going to use the paw print pocket, the paw print square that we do have a pattern and graph for in the Etsy shop. In fact, you know what? I'll put that on sale right now while I think about it. Hello, Lucy. Lucy's here. Hi, Lucy. Lucy's made it. Thank you so much. And she's gifted a membership. Sherry has won it. Congratulations, Sherry. Thank you, Lucy. Let me just pop in and put that on sale. Why not? If you are a Silk or Vicuña member, you will find this pattern as a membership freebie in the members only website. And if you're new or returning, we will relist the membership login information for the Silk and Vicuña website. As soon as I'm done today, we'll put a little pattern, I should say, we'll put a little note up in the community tab that will have the login information for Silk and Vicuña members. Just look for the Clubhouse GIF, and I'm just going to put our little paw print pattern on sale. So if you aren't a Silk or Vicuña member, you can pick up the paw print pattern. It's the Fair Isle style. It goes with all the other Fair Isle style patterns that we've had from the Fair Isle style calendar blanket we did. So this, if you wanted to mix it with any of the other patterns we've done, you can totally do that. And I'm just going to pull it up here and put it on sale, because why not? All right, it is now on sale, and I'm going to put it up top in the shop. So if you're trying to find it, it will be easy to see. And there it is. Good. Don't mind me. We had a little bit of a technical issue before we got going today. I know if you're here, you're used to us having those, so no big deal, but we got it taken care of. We are going to go ahead with today's pattern, and this I'm going to add last. So I'm actually going to turn this into a pocket. This was the inspiration. It's going to be the pocket on the front. I love stockings that have pockets because you can put extra treats and toys in them. So that's the idea. And I'm going to build the stocking. So I'm going to do the two-tone toe heel, a main color for the main stocking. I'm going to go back and use possibly different colors for the main pocket with this little pattern. So we're going to do that together too a couple days from now. And I'm probably going to dip into my novelty yarn stash a little later on this week, find something funny and fluffy to add to the top. So that's the plan. I am using a size 6 bulky, or super bulky, I guess, weight yarn, but I think you could get away with a really nice chunky size 5, or you could pair 2 size 4s or a size 4 and a size 3 yarn together if you wanted to bulk up the yarn. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the J hook and not the K hook. So a 6mm as opposed to a 6.5mm, but I feel either of those hooks would be comfortable with a weight this big. You'll notice as far as this size 6 is concerned, I don't feel like that's a super giant size 6. So I think I'm going to stick with the size 6mm or the J hook. But like I said, J or K hook is fine. And if you don't have size 6 yarn, pair 2 other thinner strands together, like 2 thin size 4s or a 4 and a 3, like a lightweight and a regular weight, whatever you like. As far as fibers are concerned, I'm going to use acrylic, but I think you can use any fiber you want with this. It doesn't really matter because it's a Christmas stocking. Pair of scissors, a yarn needle, always good to have, and let's just jump right into it. So I already know that I want to start down here at the toe, and I'm going to just keep my J, or I should say my K hook nearby in case I need it. I'm going to make my toe and my heel in the beige, and I'm going to make the bulk of the stocking in the green. Let's just get right into it. Hello, Katie. Katie is in the house as well. Hello, hello, hello. Katie says, Katie's been a member for 50 months with a membership milestone. Says, how about a bobble stitch paw? Working on prayer squares. A bobble stitch paw. Oh, yeah. As opposed to doing the Fair Isle style, make it like a 3D kind of bobble stitch. That's cute. I like that. But since I already have this sort of worked out, I'm really trying to use my brain a little less. So rather than turn it into a bobble stitch, I think I'm just going to go with the same kind of, because I like this. I like this sort of, I just like the changing color aspect of it. But a bobble stitch square down the road would be a cute idea too. I do like that. So yeah, if you've got a bobble stitch pattern for a paw print, you could also use that as your pocket. I'm going to try and pull from the center. There we go. That's the middle found. And like I said, I'm going to start with my 6mm hook. If I feel like it's making my stitches too tight, I'll switch up to the K hook, which is 6.5mm. But I am not gripping my hooks terribly tight right now, so I imagine that this will be just fine for me. But like I said, you can use the hook that's got that gives you the stitch tension that is best for you. Here we go. I'm going to start down at the toe with a cinch circle. So we're starting down here in the toe. This is I'm going to call this my alternate color. This is my toe heel color. I'm going to start with a cinch circle. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to work 8 single crochets into the circle over top of the short tail. So nice and easy. I've got a really bad wrist at the moment, so I don't want to, it's another reason I'm eager to use my thick yarn and the bigger hook. I just don't want to have to grip my hook too much. Oh, if you were here yesterday and you noticed the little thread doily I was working on, almost done. I will post a picture hopefully of that later today. I just have to do the finishing row, and I'm still hemming and hawing about the finishing row, but the rest of it's finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. So 8 single crochets into the cinch circle. Lucy, also with a membership milestone. Hello, Lucy. Thank you again. Lucy's been a member for 21 months. Lucy says, could you design squares for reptiles, snakes, and chickens? Yes, I love that idea. Let me just write that down. I will give myself a little note. Reptiles, snakes, and chickens. I like that. Reptiles, snakes, and chickens. Great idea. All right, after you have 8 single crochet in the cinch circle, cinch it up nice and tight so that you've got no hole in the toe. That's pretty important when you want to put treats and snacks into something. You don't want a hole there. And we're going to double up our stitch count. We're going to work 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for row 2. So 2 single crochet in each stitch. If you are using the J hook, and it feels a little tight. It's already starting to feel a little tight on me. I might just switch right now to my K hook and see how that feels. You can totally do this midstream, it doesn't matter. So, and you know what? I'm going to put a stitch marker on my first stitch just so I can keep track of it. There it is there. So that's the first stitch of row 2. I'm going to keep track of it with a stitch marker because I'm working in the round, so I'm not joining the rows of my toe, or really anything. I'm not joining any rows in this pattern unless I need to. So I'm going to finish a row at the end of the toe section. I'm going to finish a row at the end of the foot section. I'm going to finish a row at the end of the heel section, and then I'll be finishing the upper stocking section. But other than that, I'm crocheting around and around and around, which means I don't have to finish off my rows with a slip stitch. I don't have to chain 1 to start the new row. I'm just crocheting into what was the first stitch of the previous row. So yes, already I'm thinking maybe the K hook is a little bit better for me. And I'm going from a stitch count of 8 in row 1 to a stitch count of 16 in row 2, and I'm just going to double check that at the end of row 2. Welcome, welcome if you're just joining us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16 into the last stitch. So there I am. 16 stitches all the way around at the end of row 2. In the end of, or I should say for row 3, we're going to continue to increase. We're going to go from 16 stitches to 24. So our little increase pattern is 2 single crochet to begin the row. So 2 single crochet in the first stitch. And I'm going to put a stitch marker on the first of those stitches. Single crochet once into the next stitch. Single crochet twice into the next stitch. Single crochet once into the next stitch. And that's the pattern. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way back to the stitch marker, and that increase will have increased 8 times total, and that will bring us up to 24 stitches. And I think the K hook is the best choice for me for this particular weight of yarn, but I did start with the J just to kind of give it a go. But as far as this weight category, or this particular yarn, and my current hand abilities, so that's another thing you want to remember. If you kind of fluctuate in your ability to grip or grasp your crochet hooks, keep several sizes on standby, because even if you're like, oh, I know with that size 6 yarn, I always use a J hook or I always use a K hook. You know, if you're a bit sore one day, or you're, you know, you just can't grip, or you're a little bit, and you don't have the strength, well, you know, you might need to go up or down a hook size depending, and that's okay. You just adjust your hook size and not necessarily your grip. Let the tools do the work. All right, that should be 24 stitches all the way around. I'm back to my stitch marker. That's the end of row 3. Row 4, we're going to increase again. So this is the first stitch of row 3. So this is where I'm going to work the first couple stitches of row 4. Row 4, we begin with 2 single crochet in the first stitch. I'm going to put my stitch marker back on. We are going from 24 stitches at the end of row 3 to 32 stitches at the end of row 4. Single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. This is your standard even increasing pattern. And then the rest of the row is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 all the way around. That will give us, again, 8 even increases, and we'll bring our stitch count up to 32. Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, I decided to make a pet Christmas stocking this year. So we have a new puppy, and also I wanted to make it dog and cat friendly because I have 2 furry nieces that also need a Christmas stocking. So everybody gets, all the furry 4-legged members of the family get a Christmas stocking this year. And I am designing it as we go. The inspiration is that I'm using comes from the paw print Fair Isle style pattern that we've got. It's available in the Etsy shop if you're interested. Also, if you're a Silk or Vicuña member, you will find that as a free pattern available to members only on the members only page. So a couple ways you can get that. All right, that's 32 stitches at the end of row 4. That is as big as we're going to go. Now I'm going to do a row of just straight single crochet, still using my toe color. So this is the toe color. So I've just worked 2 stitches. That's the first stitch of the row. I'm going to put my stitch marker on it. This way I don't have to count. I can just worry about putting 1 stitch after the other. This is going to be a nice, this size 6 bulky weight yarn is going to make a nice large Christmas stocking without having to work a ton of stitches. So I'm going to use the single crochet stitch throughout. I'm going to do the pocket in double crochet because that's how that particular design is made. But past that, oh, and I'm also going to use 4 weight, so a medium weight size 4 yarn for the paw print pocket. So I will not be using the same big thick bulky weight yarn that I'm using in the stocking for the paw print. I want to make the paw print pocket in a lighter weight yarn just so I can follow the pattern without having to think about downsizing it. And I want that pocket to fit on the front of the stocking with, you know, relative ease. I don't want it to like overlap. I don't want it to like curve around the edge of it. I want it to look like this. So I figured if I make a nice big bulky weight stocking and then put a nice like regular, and you can get the bulky weight feel without using bulky weight yarn. You just hold 2 strands of regular weight yarn together throughout. And then when you go to do the pocket, you just go back down to using 1 strand of size 4 medium weight yarn, and that should keep it just the right size pocket. And I am using a K hook. This is a 6.5 millimeter hook. This is not a clover. Amanda's asking if it's a clover. This is a clover, my J hook. This doesn't have an ergonomic thing, but this is called tailor form. This is the only 6.5 millimeter hook in my collection. I have no idea how I came by it. It's like one of those things that just appeared in my collection one day. It's such a cheap hook. It's got a seam down the middle of it. Not that that interferes with my being able to use it. I've never heard of tailor form before or since. I don't know where this hook came from, but it's a nice solid plastic. It's pretty smooth feeling, and it doesn't bother me to use it. So I'm going to use it because it's the only 6.5 millimeter hook I have. I have lots of 7 millimeter hooks. In fact, I've got this new Absolute Beaut. Look at this. Oh, I've got a little vlog on this hook coming shortly for you. This is a 7 millimeter. Isn't that gorgeous? But I think for the style of yarn I'm using right now, I feel like this might be a little too pointy. I don't want to split my yarn. So I did have it on standby though in case I needed to go up to a 7 because that's got a very nice ergonomic grip. It's a gorgeous hook. Like I said, little video on that coming soon. Okay, so I've come to the end of row 5. I did 1 solid row in single crochet, so no increasing. I do, however, want to increase into the next, or not increase, just single crochet regularly into the next 5 stitches so that my last stitch is in alignment with where my row 1 and row 2 kind of start. So I'm going to do the next 4 stitches, and that puts me, so here's my last stitch. Here's where row 1 turns into row 2, that little bump, and that just makes the last stitch of the toe section in alignment with where row 1 turns into row 2, and that just makes the whole thing a more even circle. I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and I'm going to fasten off the toe color for now because I'm going to switch colors for the foot part. I'm not going to weave that in. I'm just going to crochet over top of that little tail. And now I'm going to get my green going. So here we go. I've got my green yarn now. Hello, Claudia. Claudia, member for 55 months. My goodness, thank you so much. Claudia, with a membership milestone, says, happy holidays, everyone. I am finally able to join in today. I'm lurking today while finishing a blanket for my dog niece. See, this is great. A little bit of company. You can work on the to-do list. I love it. That is the best, best part of these live streams. A little bit of company while you work on things. And if you're interested, you can make this pet stocking along with me. So, like I said, I'm kind of building it as I go. I'm making little notes as I go, and I will have the pattern available in the shop. It'll also include the paw print pocket. as soon as I'm done, and that'll probably be closer to the end of the week. Okay, so that is the toe section. It's a big round circle right now. It's going to turn into this little pinchy looking toe in a moment. We are going to join our yarn with a single crochet in the same place that we fastened off. So I'm going to make a little slip knot. So same place that you fasten off, that's that spot right there. And I'm just going to get that right over top of that little slip stitch because I don't want it to be seen. There we go. Yeah, that looks neat and tidy. Okay. Single crochet in each stitch all the way around for row 6, and rows 6 through rows 14 are just straight single crochet because now we're building the foot part. So this is the toe. We just did that in the beige. I've switched to green to build the toe part or the foot part, and that's the part that goes all the way up to the heel. So rows 5 through 14, I should say rows 6 through 14 are just straight single crochet in the main color. So the green is the main color of my stocking. The beige is the accent color, which is what I'm using for the toe and the heel. And it will gradually turn itself into a toe as I am not increasing any longer as I crochet around and around. I'm also going to I'm not joining my rows at the end of the, let me just grab got something to brace my leg on here. I'm not joining my rows at the end of each row, so I'm not joining with a slip stitch. I'm not chaining one. I'm just continuing to single crochet around and around and around. And sorry if I'm bumping things. I'm trying to get comfortable here. There we go. So I'm just going to single crochet in the round. Once I've passed the first row in the new color, I'm going to go back to using my stitch marker so I can continue to see what I'm doing. Krista's wondering what this yarn is. This is Bernat Softy Chunky, size 6 acrylic. And these are some Christmas colors. So this green is literally called Oh Christmas Tree, and the beige is called Santa's Beard. So I want to make sure that I don't add a stitch, so I'm just going to quickly count. I should have 32 all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32. So there's 32. So I want to make sure that I skip the false stitch. And you know what? If I don't want that showing, here's a nice little trick. If you've changed colors and you've got a slip knot, so that's the false stitch. I don't want to use it, otherwise I'll have 33 stitches. So I'm just going to single crochet those 2 stitches together. I still have 32 stitches, and that way I will not have a space sort of just hanging out there looking messy. So there's my join. I've just started to go around again. Where's my stitch marker? I can kind of see where I started, but I'm going to put my stitch marker there anyway, just so I don't have to think. So I've done 1 full row. That was row 6. And now I've got to just work single crochet in every stitch all the way around, all the way up to row 14. So it's kind of turn your brain off and crochet for a while. Amanda's still working on the doily from yesterday. I have 1 more finishing row to put on the thread doily from yesterday. So I did the one I did on camera. I used the size 4 medium weight cotton mercerized yarn. Love it. It's sitting in the middle of my dining room table. I put a picture up on the community tab yesterday so you guys could sort of see it finished and on the table. I really love how that turned out. And I did get most of the thread version done yesterday. I just haven't decided on the finishing row. I can't decide if I'm going to do it a row of double crochet and then fancy little point work, or if I'm going to do a row of single crochet and fancy point work. Because it's so small and it's because the thread does make it look a little bit different than the larger version. I feel like I could be a little extra with my finishing row with the thread. So I'm, you know, just sort of weighing my options. I might even do a couple more rows. I don't know. That's the fun thing about these patterns. I can hear sniffing at my door, so I think there is a four-legged fur baby lurking around. Yes, Maeve, I agree. A picture of Penny in her Christmas stocking would be perfect. I don't think she's good. Well, she might fit in this. The trick is, though, to get her into it. She loves to just fight. She has moved beyond the malleable little, you know, new puppy persona, and she just is, let's go. Oh, are you trying to do something? This must mean we're playing. Let's, you know, watch me do this, chase me over here, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know if I could stuff her into a stocking long enough to get a photograph without her trying to chew it in half. All right, so I'm going to, so this is definitely the beginning of my, every time you go around and around, you kind of end up starting a little bit further back. So I'm just going to keep moving my stitch marker so that it's in alignment with that first stitch. And this is row 5, row 6, row 7, row 8, and I've started row 9. So I've got another 5 rows in this foot color to go, at least 5 more. If I feel like it should be a little longer, I'll make it a little longer. Like I said, I'm building this as I go. I'm kind of working on a kind of a pattern. So when it's folded flat, here is the toe section. So the toe section that I have in my sketch here, this is the toe section, and I really like that warm Aran sort of beigey white color. It's really pretty. So that's the nice toe section. And if I feel like I need a longer foot section, I'll just keep going. I'm kind of working off sketch. I'm working off the sketch, and I'm using basic row counts. I'm kind of using, what was the word I'm trying to go with? I have a basic idea in my head of how I think this stocking needs to go. So right from sort of where I start to the number of increases, the number of rows, etc. But if I feel like it needs more when I get to the end of row 14 for the foot section, and by the foot section I mean this section down here between the toe and the heel, then I'll add a couple more. I haven't made a stocking with the super bulky weight yarn before, so that will affect, you know, some of the decision making as I go. But that's why I thought I would sit here and do it with you guys. Oh, Carol's 3 cats have stockings. I just think it's so sweet to have like a stocking for your pet. Victoria wants to know if I have a regular Christmas stocking. I have several. Christmas stockings are my absolute favorite thing in the whole world for decorating for Christmas. I just love them. I can't stop making them. I want to make them all the time. They're like my favorite way to give a gift. They're my favorite thing to use for an advent calendar. They're my favorite thing to hang up for decorations. I just love them. I think they're adorable. So I've got my childhood Christmas stocking. I have a fancy Christmas stocking that I got that my mother made me a little later when I was in my 20s. I think I was in my 20s, early 20s. I've got all the Christmas stockings that I have made. I've got a ridiculous number of Christmas stockings. So I have quote unquote the ones that I would normally use, and then I've just got the ones that I decorate like crazy with. And to be perfectly honest, I cycle through them. So some years I'm like, oh, I want a Christmas, like I want a theme of all green, or I want a theme of all red, or one year I wanted just crazy colors all over the place. So whatever stockings kind of fit that theme that year, those are the ones I'll hang up. All right, so that was row 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A couple more rows to go. This is starting row 12. Victoria says, are they available members content? What are we asking about? Are they available? Are they available on members content? Okay, the pattern I'm working on right now, I'm building as I go, and I will have a full pattern for this entire Christmas stocking for the pets available in the Etsy shop later on this week. But the inspiration for the whole stocking comes from this. This is the Fair Isle paw print or pet paw print graph and pattern. If you're a Silk or Vicuña member, this is available on the Silk Vicuña members only website as a free pattern, so you can use this as the pocket for the stocking. And if you aren't, you can pick up this pattern in our Etsy shop. If you want a basic stocking pattern, so on our free pattern workshop page on the website, so the pattern workshop page, which is free to everybody, we have many stocking patterns, and some of them are like really like the Mickey Mouse, the Hello Kitty, the Creeper. That's just a plain stocking pattern. So there's lots of fun sort of additions in those patterns that you can add to like decorate them to make them look a certain way. But if you're just looking for a base stocking pattern that's just one solid color all the way up, I recommend using our Creeper stocking pattern. Obviously you don't have to add the face and you don't have to make it in creeper green, but it's a solid basic single crochet stocking pattern. So if you want to grab that and just, you know, make up a single basic stocking pattern and then decorate it or something, that's a great pattern, and it's free. It's on our website. The pattern workshop page should be definitely our pattern, our workshop. I should say our website is definitely linked in the description box. The pattern workshop page is probably linked there as well. Just scroll down until you see the creeper stocking picture, and the PDF file will be right underneath it. And that is a basic stocking pattern. You can really make that in any color you want. Okay. We also have like a zillion stocking pattern tutorials, and we have other fancier stocking patterns in our Etsy shop too. So like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with Christmas stockings. Where was I? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 13 and 14. I have 2 more rows of just plain single crochet to go as I work on the foot section. And we're going to do this stocking in parts. I think I'm going to get as much as I can done. I know we started a little later today, like around 10 after 11 or so. So I'm going to go for an hour. I'm going to try and get as much done in an hour as I can. And then we will come back and work at this again tomorrow with any luck. Like I said, keep an eye on the community tab. We're going to keep it posted when we are live streaming this week. We're hoping to fit in as many as we can. I would really like to sit and work on this alongside everybody because I think it's a lot of fun. If our little munchkin is behaving well, I might go a little longer, but we'll see. See how much I can get done today. This is working with big bulky weight yarn is so freaking satisfying because you can move along at such a nice fast pace. So I think this is row 14 I'm starting. And I am liking the depth of this foot. I think Penny is going to wind up with the biggest Christmas stocking in the family, but that's another thing I was thinking. I wanted to make sure that all of her favorite treats come in these relatively large treat packages. So obviously I want to put some of her favorite treats in her Christmas stocking, but they need to be able to fit in the Christmas stocking. So this hopefully will be big enough for that. Look, I mean, that's how big around it is in the toe. Let me just finish this row and we'll measure the diameter because this is basically how wide it's going to be all the way up to. So 32 single crochet in each row, rows 6 through 14. How deep is that? So then the heel would go there. I'm going to make it a little deeper. I'm going to add a few more rows. Let's see here. If I make this as even as I can, about 13 centimeters, so 5 inches in diameter. That's pretty good. I think I can fit a bunch of snacks in there. I am going to add a few more rows though, just because I feel like I want the foot to be a little deeper. So maybe 2 more rows. So instead of up to row 14, I'm going to do up to row 16. And then I will change back to the beige color to put on the heel. So I'm going to zip through these 2 rows. I love making Christmas stockings out of other things too. Like I love to sew. I just got my sewing machine fixed, so I have that back in my possession. I'm very excited, hoping to do some Christmas sewing as well. And I just if I could make a Christmas stocking to put my entire house in, I would. I should actually, you know what? Now that I've said it, I should probably make a giant Christmas stocking to hang outside. Oh, hello.
Penny Cam.
Penny Cam, can she fit in here? Hello. Careful, that little mouth is fat. She's going to grab something. No, you can't have that. And you can't have that either.
She wants to know what Mummy's up to.
Give me your you. Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
She's going to steal something.
You know that's for you, eh? All right. Oh my gosh. Come here. No, stop. You can't have that.
She wants the yarn.
Nope, she can't have that. Okay.
All right, that's enough.
I like how she comes in and drops like little pieces of wood and stuff on the. No,
that's enough.
Thank you. I'll take that back.
She stole the yarn.
I'll take it back. No, let go. Thank you. Okay.
Do you think she knows that's for her?
Yeah, of course she does.
Yeah?
Yes, it's like a sixth sense our pets have. They're like, oh, that's for me. I know that's for me. It definitely smells like her now. Bit of pet slobber here. Okay, so that was row 15. I'm going to put in 1 more row. Carol says she cross-stitched elaborate Christmas stockings for her 3 grandchildren. Oh, I bet those are gorgeous. It's another thing I love the look of, cross-stitch. Tasha made her family Christmas stockings this year. Oh my gosh, you made them too small and had to put in extra bags. That's another thing. I think at some point you end up making overflow bags or overflow stockings. I kind of like that. I mean, why not? Sometimes like the things that are a pretty good stocking stuffer, you know, either because of what they are or how much they cost, don't necessarily fit in the stocking. And then the problem is if you make super gigantic Christmas stockings because you're like, that'll fit the thing I wanted to put in it this year, then it's kind of expected that you have to completely fill them every year. So overflow Christmas Santa sacks are the way to go. All right, so that should be the end of row 16. Let's see here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 16 rows. I think that's a nice deep foot now. So I'm going to stick to 16 rows in the foot. And I'm going to, so this is in alignment with my last color change. I'm going to slip stitch to join right on top of right where my last color change was. I'm going to keep all my color changes in the same place. So I'm going to fasten off. So I slip stitched, fastened off. I will work over top of that tail. I am now changing back to my beige. Let's just make sure I don't tangle up my ends. And now I'm going to start working on the heel. All right, so putting a slip knot on my hook. I'm going to join my yarn in the same place that I fastened off. So right on top of that knot. And I'm going to join with a single crochet. And now I'm going to create the heel. So here we go. This is that heel that I like to make in my Christmas stockings where you work back and forth and you make kind of a rounded heel shape. I love the way this works out. So I'm going to single crochet join, and then I'm going to single crochet into each of the next 5 stitches so that I am 6 stitches across, working over top of my tails, and I will worry about working over top of them as I go. That way I don't have to weave them in. All right, so join with a single crochet into each of the next 5. That's 6 stitches. That's the beginning of the heel. I'm going to chain 1, turn, and as I work rows 2 through what, rows 2 through, let's say 11 rows. That'll be about half, I guess, the number of stitches. I want to always use the next stitch along the edge of the stocking foot. I'll show you what that looks like. So you increase your stitch count by 1 every row. So for row 2 of the heel, I crochet all the way back across the first 6 stitches. And then I crochet into the next stitch over here. So that's the short, you know what? That's going to be the false stitch. So I'm either I can skip it or just use it as part of a single crochet 2 together. So either way, I'm only doing 1 stitch on the other side, but I don't want any gaps. So I'm ignoring all of my false stitches, but so I don't end up with a gap, I just did a single crochet 2 stitches together, but that is the one exception because I just don't want that space there. Otherwise, you just single crochet once into the stitch next to it. Okay, so that's now 7 stitches. Chain 1 turn, single crochet across those 7 stitches. Debbie says, am I going to put Penny's name on it in the year? That's a neat idea. I hadn't thought of that. That's, okay, single crochet into the next stitch along the foot. So that would be this one here. And then because you're going down a sort of you want to pinch it as you go. So single crochet tightly. You want to single crochet nice and tight just to kind of pinch that edge down, and you just kind of keep going back and forth and back and forth. You know what? I should, Debbie, I should put her name on it and the year because I have stockings with my name on it. I wonder where I would put that. Across the top of the, down here. I'll have to give it some thought. I like that idea. I could chain stitch her name. I could embroider her name. I could put the name. I might be able to actually put it across the middle of the paw on the pocket. I like that idea too. So I single crochet all the way back across and then into the next stitch along the foot. So every row of the heel you gain a stitch. So now I'm up to 9 stitches all the way across, chain 1 turn, single crochet in each stitch all the way back, and then single crochet into the next stitch on the foot. And I'm going to do this for basically 11 rows. All right, so all the way back across. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, now 10 stitches because I'd gain 1 stitch every single time. And single crochet in each stitch all the way back. Single crochet in the next stitch. So I know by the end of row 11 of the heel section I should be up to 16 stitches all the way across. And I really like how this forms a heel. It turns a corner, it gives it a solid heel. There's no seam, not that you would be wearing this sock, but I just love how this winds up looking. There's no seam at the back of the sock, so you're not having to build a square. Keep your single crochets on either side nice and tight so that you don't end up with any gaps. So that's row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chain 1 turn. Ultimately, if you've got 32 stitches, this is my formula. Obviously, everybody can, you know, do things their own way. But when I'm designing a stocking, I like to make sure that the last row of my stocking is exactly half the number of stitches of the full foot. So the full foot is 32 stitches all the way around. So the last row of my heel will be 16 stitches. And I just feel somehow that that ends up being a good ratio for heel to foot in a Christmas stocking. Sue has done quilted stockings for the fam. She's never done a crochet one, really. And you know what? I've never made a quilted Christmas stocking, and that is a tremendous misadventure on my behalf. I absolutely love quilting, and I have not done a quilted stocking. I can't believe I've never done that. I might have to rectify that this year. So let's see where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is stitch number 15. That means that that's row 10. Chain 1 turn. This will be my last row across. So single crochet in each stitch across. The last stitch will be my 16th stitch across. That will be anchored on the foot, and that will be the heel section complete. I'm going to fasten off this color, go back to my main color, and continue with the stocking upper part of the pattern. Super sturdy and they don't stretch. Okay, clearly I've got to make some plus, I mean, the quilting is so pretty. I love that look. And single crochet into the foot. There, that's 16 stitches all the way across. I am not chaining one. I am not slip stitching. I'm just going to fasten off. So that is a stitch, but the little knot is not. I'm going to fasten off. So here we go. Look at this giant cozy foot. Oh, she's going to get a lot of stuff stuffed into this stocking, I can tell you. All right, there is the toe, the foot. I like that bunty little stocking look. A nice chubby heel. And now I'm going to continue to work all the way around. I'm going back to my main color. So back to my green. I'm going to join with a single crochet in the next stitch along. So this is the last stitch of the heel. I'm going to join right next to it and over top of that little tail because I'm going to work over top of it. Joining with a single crochet. And I'm going to single crochet all the way around the front 16 stitches of the stocking. And then I will crochet around the back 16 stitches of the stocking. And it will miraculously become one solid stocking. I love this stocking construction. It is so fun. When you get up to the little edge between your main stocking foot and the edge of your heel, so you see there's like a little bit of a jump there. Single crochet into the last stitch along the foot. You're going to jump to the first single crochet. You're not doing anything special. You're just maybe crocheting a little tighter just in that one little spot. Now you're going to single crochet across the back 16, which is the top of the heel section. And you will be back to having 32 stitches all the way around. So the main stitch count does not change. You have 16 stitches across the last row of the heel. You have 16 stitches across the front of the upper part now of your Christmas stocking. But once you've single crocheted in every stitch all the way around, you'll be back to 32. So that's the top of the last stitch. That was the top of the last stitch of the color. And now I'm not joining the row. I'm going to start crocheting in the round again. So I'm single crocheting into that stitch and all the way around. So here we go. I'm going to put a stitch marker right there just to remind myself that that's the beginning of my rows. And I'm off to the races. I'm going to single crochet in every stitch all the way around for at least 10 rows. But once again, I'm going to do 10 rows off the top of the heel, and then I'll see how tall it is. If I want it to be a little taller, I'll add a couple more rows. Katie. Hi, Katie. Katie has been a member for 16 months. Thank you, Katie. Katie with a membership milestone says, missed the first part. Will watch once it's a video. Working on making my house kitten ready. Waiting for my 2 Bengal kittens to be ready to come home. Aww. Kittens for Christmas. Make sure you, I'm sure you've done this already, but make sure you, if you've got any Christmas ornaments up, kitten proof them. And by that I mean either don't put them out or make sure that if they get, they're the kind that can bounce and not smash. Some cats, it's funny, you know, some cats will absolutely go bonkers. They'll climb curtains, they'll go up Christmas trees. Other cats are just not interested in it. My 2 furry nieces have never been bad kittens when it came to the Christmas tree. They're just not interested. They're like, oh, that's nice. Let me lounge at the foot of it in my best Cleopatra, you know, lounge look and make myself look amazing. Am I a good photo op? You know, like they're that kind of cat. They're not interested in climbing. They just want to sort of lie under the tree and look at all the pretty lights. They're good babies. But I have known other babies that are not so good. Hi, Summer. Hello, everybody. Lynette's working on stuffed trees. I love little stuffed trees. I think they're adorable. I also like them on the Christmas table or the dinner table as little sort of decorations in the middle of the table. So this is my 3rd row around off the back of the top of the heel. And it looks like I'm getting about 3 rows per inch. So about 3 rows per inch. Not that I'm overly concerned with the final height of this. I just want it to look like balanced. I want it to look to scale to the rest of the chunkiness of this particular stocking. And I also want to add a fancy, hopefully kind of a frothy top. So if you look at my original design, I kind of had like a little frothy edging. I'm considering going into my stash of bizarre novelty yarns to see if I've got something that would be fun. Like I've got pom-pom yarn and I've got some eyelash yarn and some sort of funny boa yarn. And I want to see, first of all, it's going to have to be a color that I think suits the rest of the colors in this stocking, which are these kind of nice muted greens and an Aran color. So at first it would have to match that. But secondly, you know, because I'm using a bulky weight yarn and it's a big bulky stocking, I don't want that I don't want the novelty yarn to look like scrawny and, you know, like the boa yarn might not be good enough, but the pom-pom yarn might be. I'll have to pull it out and see if any of the colors work well with it. I'm beginning to think that pink one I have might. Sandy's reminding everybody to press the like button. Thank you, Sandy. Please like us. If you're having fun, that's the most important part. Don't like something you don't like. But yes, please give the like button a little love if you're having a nice time crocheting along or whatever you might be doing, hanging out. I love these little hangout sessions. I'm really, the more this is coming together, the more excited I'm getting. Because this is going to be it's going to be the biggest Christmas stocking in the house. But now I want to make the other 2 because I've got 2 furry cat nieces that are going to require Christmas stockings. So once I get Penny's made and I kind of work out how the thing about the parts of the pattern that I was unsure of going into this, then I can make 2 more for Lady and Luna. Hello everybody. If you're just joining us, I'm making a pet stocking. And that's the sketch of it right there. So already today I have completed, let me just pull up on that, the toe, the foot, and the heel section. So toe, foot, heel. And now I'm working on the upper section. And I will be creating a paw print pocket for the front of it. I'm going to be using just one strand of size 4 medium weight, and I'll probably be using a slightly smaller hook for the stocking pocket, but I will cross that bridge when I get to it. If you don't have bulky weight yarn, I'm using a bulky size 6 yarn, you can always hold 2 strands of regular yarn together and that will size up nicely. I'm using a K hook or 6.5 millimeter hook, but I would recommend trying a couple of hooks with your chosen yarn because not all yarns are the same. Even if they're in the same weight category, they don't necessarily have the same weight or thickness to them. They don't necessarily act the same. And of course, we're all different. So try a couple of hooks. I literally started with my 6 millimeter hook, my J hook, and I switched to the K hook almost immediately because I was like, yeah, no, I want to not have to grip too tightly and just be kind of comfortable as I crochet. Hello, Kimberly. Kimberly's in the house. Kimberly's been a member for 32 months. Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly says, good morning, everyone. I second that. Good morning, everyone. And what a lovely morning it is. Katie will send a picture once the kittens arrive. Yes, please. They look like panthers. I know. Bengals are so cute. I cannot crochet with my little monsters around. Even if I'm visiting Mama and Stitches, which means I'm visiting Lady and Luna. Luna's good. She doesn't really care, but Lady just has to get up in your business. What are you doing? Is that for me? I will take that now. You know, it's that kind of attitude. And our little Penny is that on steroids. She just everything. She gets so excited. I know that comes to an end after a while. Once they grow up, they kind of become a little calmer. So I'm not wishing away the puppy years at all. I just I have to be strategic when I want to do anything. I have to kind of make sure she's either having a nap or, you know, she can play at my feet or something while I'm working on something. So strategic crafting while the little ones are babies. Hey, Shell. Shell's in the house. Happy holidays, everybody, she says. Hello, hello. Yes, the slippers this definitely can work as a slipper pattern, especially if you want a fast pair of slippers. Just use bulky weight yarn and a big hook, and you probably don't need to increase at the toe as much as I did because that would be a rather huge sock. Yeah, this would be way too big. At least for me. I don't know if some people might have big men feet in the family. But make sure you're going to have to crochet the foot part a little longer, I would think. All right. I think I might be able to get to the top of the stocking today. And then tomorrow I will be able to fish through my novelty yarns and find one appropriate for the top edging. And then we will work on adding the little pocket to it. I like that. Vima! Hello, Vima! Vima's in the house. Vima's been a member for 49 months. Thank you so much, Vima. Vima says, hi, Jayda. The stocking is coming out beautiful. Thank you. Do Mr. InStitches have his stocking ready for Christmas, and how big is it? Would love to see. His, let me see. I made him a stocking. I've made him a couple stockings, too. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it is. I should probably make him a new one. I do have his SpongeBob stocking lying around that I made him. I might be putting that one up this year because it's playful and fun. And one of the middle names of our dog is Pineapple, and her puppy blanket that we brought her home with is a SpongeBob blanket. So there's a lot of SpongeBob-y stuff kind of around the house right now. So I think I might put the SpongeBob stocking back up. That's one of the Mister's favorites. Claudia says, my husband wears one 5 E shoe. E. Does that like determine the width of a shoe? I've never seen that designation before. Regina says, honest question. Do you believe that I could make this on a Sunday morning? I would like it if you think that is possible. This particular stocking? Yes. So I started this probably, I mean, excluding the little preamble and the hello and all that stuff that we do. I'm zipping along on this. I'm kind of making decisions as I go too. Like I'm changing how many rows I think I might want. I'm fiddling with the hook sizes. So, but I've been at this for a good hour, I would say. So if you've got a few hours on a Sunday morning, so probably, let's say an hour and a half to 2 hours to make the stocking, and then another hour, let's say, to make the pocket. So that's 3 hours, and then maybe like a half hour just for all the finishing bits and bobs, like adding the little trim at the top, adding the hanger. So let's say I'm gonna say this might be a 3.5 hour project. So if you've got 3.5 hours on a Sunday morning, plus you're ready to go with all your materials, like everything, you don't have to go running around trying to find stuff, then I would say yes, I think you can, because it's really straightforward. It's just single crochet. Like I said, I'm writing up the pattern. So with any luck, I will have this pattern available, including the little paw print, plus all my notes. This is the reason that I haven't got the pattern written up yet. I wanted to kind of put this together although I will definitely be making more because I love this chonky look and I love how quickly it's coming together. I can stuff that in there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm 10 rows past. So that is just 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not nearly tall enough. Not nearly tall enough. I'm going to double that. So at least to row 20, possibly row 20, 24 or 26. So another 14 or 16 rows. Yes. That sounds good. So I'll crochet around here for a little while longer. I don't hear Miss Penny. So as long as I think she's not driving Mr. InStitches to an early grave and or crying at the top of her lungs, because she does suffer from a little separation anxiety still if I'm behind a closed door, then I'll just keep going here. Why not? I would love to get the base part of this stocking done today so that tomorrow or Thursday, whenever we're able to live stream next, I can put on the little fluffy top, the hanger, and maybe even get the pocket made. It'd be great if this was just sort of a 2-part Christmas stocking live stream. That would be awesome. Regina says, would pre-making the pocket and doing the stocking, but yes, absolutely. If you've already got the pattern for the paw print, all I'm going to do to make this into a pocket, so I'm going to do this again because I want to make it smaller and tighter. I'm going to use a smaller hook, but I'm going to just add a single crochet border around the edge just to make it like kind of look neater, and then I'm going to sew it down around those 3 sides. So yeah, if you've already got the paw print or anything, I was gonna going through. I've got the Christmas tree, the Fair Isle Christmas tree. I thought that might make a really cute pocket. It would be a cute pocket on any stocking. So if you use this base stocking pattern and then wanted just something a little more generic, that's a cute pocket. So that's our Fair Isle style Christmas tree. We have a stocking, which is kind of like meta, a stocking on a stocking. So I kind of thought that would be cute, a little Christmas stocking. That's our Fair Isle stocking. We've got a free Fair Isle style pattern for a cross. So if you wanted to actually add a cross to your stocking as a little pocket, or honestly to anything, then there's that. Yeah, so we've got other kind of Christmassy or seasonal Fair Isle imagery, but because this is for the pets, I realized that the paw print was probably the best one because it sort of just indicates that it's for the four-legged family members. So making the pocket to start, if you've already got, like if you're familiar with that, you've already got the yarn, you got like your colors picked out, I would zip through that first and have that ready to go. Hello, hello everybody. All right, you know what, guys? I'm going to just finish off a couple more rows, and then I think I'll call it for today. We'll come back, I'm hoping tomorrow, and I will finish the rest of the upper part of this stocking, but I'm going to make some notes in the meantime because I want to try and get this pattern sort of sorted out. I'm going to post, if you're a Silker Vicuña member, I will repost the channel, or I should say the login information for our members only page again this afternoon in the community tab, and that's where you'll find the Fair Isle style paw print pattern. So we do have that as available for the members, but it's also available in our Etsy shop. If you're not a member and you do want the pattern, that's fine too. I like this. I like this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm 13 rows above the back of the sock already, and I definitely want to go, I'm thinking to row 26. So I'm thinking another 13 rows on top of this. And that will give me a fairly good to scale. I like the topper or the upper part of my stocking to be about double the length of the foot. So toe, foot, heel, and then whatever the foot part is, double that length up top. I like that. That also gives me enough room to kind of have something froofy at the top. I'm going to go through my novelty yarn this afternoon, find something I like for the top to make a kind of a silly top edge. So tomorrow or Thursday, keep an eye on the community tab. We'll let you know when we're back for our next, so part 2 of our Christmas stocking. And I will finish the stocking part. I might just sneak in one more row. Once I'm warmed up, I kind of want to keep going. But we'll finish the upper part of the stocking. I'm going to add trim and a hanger. And by hanger, I mean like just the little hanger part that you can hang it on a hook or off the edge of however you hang your stock. How do you hang your stockings? How does everybody hang their stockings? Do you hang them by an actual hearth? Do you hang them on the you hang them on a door, on a window? Do you hang them on the staircase? We have not got a chimney or a fireplace or a hearth, so we typically just kind of hang them. Does anybody have a fancy hanger? I've been wanting to make myself one of those posts that has hooks on it that you hang the stockings on. I think they look so cute. I want to make one of those. Maybe I'll get busy and do that today. I have some extra lumber lying around. All right. That's it for today. I'm going to call it right there. Keep an eye on the community tab. We will be back for part 2 of the stocking, in which I finish the stocking. I will add an edge to the top, and then we will be making the pocket. And I'm considering, so I used a slightly thicker weight yarn when I was making this little sampler up. I'm going to use a 5mm hook, or maybe even a 4.5mm hook, so a much smaller hook, and a single strand of a 4-weight yarn for this pocket, so that it fits neatly on the sort of the front of this. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be cute. I don't know what colors I'm using yet. I'm gonna dig through my stash. Like I said, this is the inspiration piece, but I'm gonna make it so that it fits mostly, like you see here, kind of mostly the upper part of the stocking. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So keep an eye on the community tab. Have a safe and crafty afternoon. We will be in touch with you guys so that you know what's happening next and when we're going on with part 2. And yeah, we'll see you then. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you had some time to get some stuff done and you enjoyed sort of stitching up this stocking. I love creating things on the go with you guys. So far I'm very pleased with the way the stocking's coming together. And we will work on the rest of it later. Yeah, together. I love it. Okay, enough chatting from me. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you guys again real soon, either tomorrow or Thursday. And until then,